इसको देख के सबकी नाराजगी ऐसे चुटकी में खत्म हो जाएगी। कभी दिन वाले लोग तो
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Whether session is going to start or at what time it will be start? Anyone know about this?
No, wait for 2 minutes.
Wait for 2 minutes. He's facing issue to unmute. We are checking.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Good evening. Welcome to the session today. I hope you guys are able to hear me. Can you guys
Yes.
confirm once?
Yes. Yes.
Great. Thanks for confirming. I hope you guys are able to hear me clearly. And I'm having a little bit a problem in sharing the screen. I'm not able to share my screen. Shruti, can you help me to share my screen once?
Yes, sir.
Can you make me the host once, please? Still, I'm not able to do that. Yes, perfect. Hello guys, I hope you guys are able to see my screen as well. This is our very first class on the data engineering with Google Cloud Platform plus Azure. So this is a very interesting course where we are talking about two cloud platforms, right? So you are going to learn about the Google Cloud Platform. We are also learning about the Azure Cloud Platform with the data engineering, which there are plenty of opportunities for the data engineers in both cloud platforms. If one wanted to go for Azure, if one wanted to go for the Google Cloud Platform, they can go for it. And if you have some kind of a more years of experience also, I have, sir, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Some people can manage easily saying that, hey, first 2 years I worked on the Azure. And also, and first 2 to 3 years you can also mention as Azure, and after 2 years you can able to mention as GCP, something like that. You can able to do that. Okay, so such kind of a things we can able to manage. This is our very first demo session on the data engineering with Google Cloud Platform and Azure. Can you guys confirm? I hope my voice is audible and you guys are able to see my screen. Can you guys confirm that, please?
Yes.
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 All of
Yes,
you
you
people.
are audible. Yes, you are audible.
Yes, we can see the
Okay,
screen now.
perfect. Just wanted to make you talk because some people may be coming because it is evening. You might be chilling out, right? So just wanted to make you just you know come to this particular session. That's the reason I have asked you guys. So let us start the session about data engineering with Google Cloud Platform. What is the agenda for today? So today's agenda, I am going to talk about what is data engineering, the very first thing. Okay, so this is the very first day and we are going to talk about what is data engineering today, because we wanted to become a data engineer, right? We wanted to become a data engineer. So if you wanted to become a data engineer, we must understand what is data engineering. I'm going to help you understand what is data engineering first. Then what is the role of a data engineer, sir? That means the data engineers, what is his daily activities? What he will do on a daily basis? I will also talk about that. After that, I will talk about what is Google Cloud Platform and what is Azure Cloud Platforms, how many opportunities are there, and how do you have to get the job? What about your current experience? All of those details I'm going to talk about here. And a second topic, that is a GCP plus Azure overview. Okay. And the third thing, very important thing, I'm going to tell you what is the detailed course curriculum that we are going to cover in this particular sessions, because we are covering GCP plus Azure. What are the topics that I am covering in the GCP? What are the topics that we are going to learn in the Azure? We are going to see in a detailed course curriculum. That is third topic. Fourth topic, some people will be having some kind of a questions related to the course, or what is the course details, such as when is the first demo, when is the second demo, when are the regular sessions are starting from, what is the timings, everything I'm going to talk about. And similarly, what is the notes, how the notes are provided to you, how the recordings will be accessed to you, everything I'm going to talk about it there. Okay, so this is our very first demo, guys. I hope some of the people mentioning that, so that's the reason I'm mentioning you. This is our very first demo. We are going to talk about all of these things. We are going to talk about all of these things, such as what is data engineering, what is the GCP plus cloud overview, a detailed course curriculum, and course details, right? So maybe some people will be having a question, right? So all of those questions, right? Sir, is my current experience matter to this particular role? Sir, can I get a job with this course? Or some people may be having a question, right, sir, I do not know cloud at all. Can I learn this course and get a job? Such a kind of a questions I will try to answer it. By the end of the session, we are going to see everything. By the end of the session, we are going to see everything. Give me 1 hour. I will help you understand everything one by one, so that by the end of the session, you will be having a good understanding of each and everything. Okay, so that is what. Before we start with our very first topic, that is data engineering, let me gonna tell you guys about me. My name is Sheikh Saidul. I am currently working as a solution architect at Quantech. I am also a consultant at Databricks. Okay, so my name is right, sir, Sheikh Saidul. I'm currently working as a solution architect full-time at Quantech. I'm also a consultant at Databricks. I have completed my master's degree from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli, NIT Trichy. I do have more than 8 years of experience, close to 9 years of experience into the data and AI field. I have done many certifications in GCP and Azure and Databricks and Python and Terraform. Right, so I have done many certifications in many of these platforms. Okay, yeah. Then we will start with what is data engineering. Tell me, guys, what do you guys know about data engineering? What do you guys know about data engineering? Tell me, guys, what do you guys know about data engineering? Why the data engineering is required?
Hello.
Yes, please.
So we are getting data from different sources,
Correct.
and we are using a transformation logic like this. And you're supposed to the clean data will provide it to data analyst and data scientist. So
Correct.
that is the purpose of
Maybe
data
I help you understand. Okay, so what
engineering.
is data engineering is that's a very simple topic. Data engineering is one of the foundational topic. If I have to say, sir, for example, the moment you wake up in the morning, you try to interact with an application, maybe Swiggy or a Uber or a, different applications, to order a breakfast or move from one location to another location, right? So you try to interact with an application. The moment you try to interact with an application, that's where the data getting is generated. The moment you try to interact with an application, there is a data that is generated. And you can also have a data that is coming from some files. If you go to some healthcare, if you go to some production firms, they usually store the data in the form of a CSV file, JSON file, or a flat file, right? Some of the data that is stored in the form of a file format. You may have a data that is coming from some database also. Sometimes some of the companies actually store their data in the form of a MySQL or a SQL server or a PostgreSQL. Some of the data stored in the databases. You have a data that is coming from some databases also. You have a data that is coming from IoT devices, sensor devices. Nowadays, huge amount of data that is coming from sensor devices. Right, sir, I am getting, for example, if I'm doing some kind of a business, my business may have an application, may have a data in the form of a files, databases, and IoT devices. So you are getting a huge amount of a data from these multiple data sources. Sir, we are getting a huge amount of a data from these data sources. Right, sir, what is the importance of this data? Sir, can we delete it? Tell me, guys, what is the importance of this data? Can we delete it? Or can we do something about this one? Is it useful for us? If you ask me, yes, it is very, very important for us, guys, right? So what is business manager say? What are the companies say is that if you try to analyze this data, this analysis will give you some kind of a insights. What it will give you, sir? This will give you some kind of a insights, and these insights are very, very useful for you to improve your business. These insights are very useful for you to improve your business. So this is what is the importance of the data. See, you are having a data that is coming from multiple data sources. For example, the moment you place an order in the Amazon or a Flipkart, there is a data, and there is a data in the form of a file. There's a data in the form of a database, transactional database, retailer database, right? So if Flipkart or Amazon wanted to improve their business, what they have to do, they have to focus on this data. They have to first take this data from these data sources, and they have to analyze this. The moment they analyze it, the moment they analyze this data, this is going to give you some kind of a insights. These insights, what is insights, sir? If you ask me, an information. Insight is nothing but an information. This will give you some kind of a information for you to improve the business, for you to improve the business. So this aspect is, we usually call it as a data engineering. The end goal of every project or every company, every business is to improve them, right? Whether maybe improve the customer sales, or whether they wanted to improve the number of customers or the customer behavior. All of these things they wanted to increase it. So if you wanted to improve your business, or if you wanted to be the leader in the market in the competition world, you have to analyze the data. If you wanted to analyze the data, tell me guys, if I wanted to analyze the data first, what is the very first thing that we have to do? Can anyone guess it? Now the data engineering says that the main importance is to improve the business. So for that we have to do the analysis. Tell me, what is the very first for us to analyze the data if I wanted to do the
The
analysis?
data is very important first. Actually, from that data, we need to
Correct.
sort out which you
Correct.
wanted for the business.
Correct. So the
For the
very
premium
first,
customers are like that.
so the very first step, that was a good answer. But even before that, if I wanted to analyze it, I need to have the data with me, because this data is there in this application. With this application may be running in some server. These files are maybe coming from some location. So these are coming from different servers, different platforms, different locations. The very first step for me is that extract the data from these multiple data sources. These are all data sources. Extract the data from these multiple data sources and store it into a one single location, right? So you have to extract the data and store it into a one single location called a data lake. So we extract the data from these multiple data sources and we then store it here, and the data is stored in the form of a data lake here, right? If it is a JSON file, Savro files, Parquet files, different file formats, the data is stored here. So now the data is ready with us. Can we directly go for the analysis? Now, can you guys comment on that? Can we go for the analysis now? I have the data with me, sir. Can I go for the analysis?
Yes.
So
We
someone
need
say
to
yes.
clean. We need to clean the
No,
data.
Correct.
No, we need
Correct.
to clean.
Very good answer.
it's
Very
the
good
raw
answer.
data.
Correct. Sir, it is a raw data. Yes. Very good answer. Sir, it is a raw data. This raw data may have an issues. So it may have a duplicates, sir. It may have a null values, sir. It may have an unnecessary records, sir. It may have a bad records. It may have a plenty of the issues. It may have a plenty of the issues. I can't directly use this data for the analysis. So that is the reason we try to do the data processing. What do we do, sir? We do some kind of a data processing here. We take the data from this storing layer. We try to process the data. So we try to process the data with a different frameworks are available. Maybe Spark, Beam, different frameworks are available in the market. We use those frameworks and try to process the data. Data processing is nothing but cleaning the data, preparing the data for the analysis, adding some kind of a value to your data. Adding some kind of a value to your data, because the raw data does not have any value. Because if I do the analysis on top of the raw data, which will not give you a proper insights, which will not help you to improve your business, because it is having the bad records. So that is the reason we try to clean the data, nothing but prepare the data. We try to add some kind of a value to the data that is there in the data processing. We do that in the data processing. Once the data is cleaned, we send it to the data warehouses most of the time, and we try to analyze the data here. In the data warehouses, we try to analyze the data and we store the analysis reports in the form of a table. We try to analyze the data most of the times with the help of the SQL, and we store the data. So data warehouse is also called as a online analytical processing system. These are analytical processing systems where you do some kind of analysis. The analysis reports, you are going to store it in the form of a table. Whatever you analysis, you store it in the form of a table. So this is what you do, sir. You extract the data, store the data, process the data, and analyze the data. Once you have done the analysis, you send this data to the BI for creating the dashboards, ML for creating the machine learning models, and data scientist for creating some kind of a future trends, or maybe the business group for finding the or using this data for the business decision making, right? So a BI for creating the dashboards, you might have seen someone creating the pie chart, someone creating bar charts, these kind of charts, right? So that is what is BI. Someone is creating some kind of ML models. You might have seen nowadays the models are becoming very, demanding. And one more is data scientist will try to use this data for finding the future trends. There is a business manager who directly uses this data for decision purpose. So these are the different downstream people are there. We call it them as a downstream, right? So this is what is data engineering. So if they wanted to work on a proper cleaning data for creating the business reports or ML or DSR groups, you need to do all of these activities, which is the foundation for all the things, guys. Data engineering is foundation. Data engineering was there 30 years before, will be there 30 years after also. It is one of the demanding skill, trending skill all the time, I would say. Okay. And not only this one, we will also take care of the data governance and monitoring also. The one more final step is the data governance, which talks about the quality and accuracy of the data. It talks about quality and accuracy of the data. So this is what is data engineering on a whole. If you guys wanted to look at here one more time, check it out. So this is what is a very important and easy diagram which makes you understand all the high level architecture of your data engineering pipelines. You have data sources. You are storing the data here. You are processing the data here. You are analyzing the data here. You are using the data here. This is where you are using your data. Whatever you have done, you are using the data here. While you are moving the data from this platform to this platform to this platform, we have to take care of the data quality and make sure that everything is running smoothly, so that we are going to take care of the data governance and quality in the final step. That is data engineering also. So this is what is data engineering. I hope you guys got some idea, right? I hope you guys got some idea. And now, on a definition point of view also, you can look at it. Data engineering is a process of collecting, organizing, preparing large amounts of the data so that it can be easily used and analyzed. It can be easily used and analyzed. And sir, now tell me, sir, what is the role of a data engineer? Then, sir, I now know what is data engineering. Now you guys know what is data engineering on a high level overview. Don't have to worry about everything in a one single session, right? We will understand each and every step in a very detail in our upcoming sessions. But just to let you know on a high level, this is what is data engineering, guys. But sir, tell me, what is this data engineer do on a daily basis? If you ask me, so far, whatever you have seen, the data ingestion, he will also work on the data storage. He will also work on the data processing. He will also work on the data quality, also work on the data pipelines, performance optimization, monitoring and maintenance. So a data engineer will work on all of these activities on a daily basis, not on all the activities in a single day. Maybe some of the data engineers work on this area, some data engineers work on this area, some data engineers work on this area. So that's how in the company, according to the requirement of that particular project, you may be working on any of these activity. Maybe ingestion, data storage, data planning, processing, data quality, data pipeline creations, and performance optimization, and monitoring and maintenance. Don't worry about these nomenclature. We are going to take each and everything in our upcoming sessions in a very detail, so that you will understand all the steps in very clear. Just to let you know that this is what is the data engineer do. Okay, so that is what. Now tell me guys, anyone have any questions so far on the data engineering? Any questions on the data engineering, please? Yes, please. Your voice is breaking, Walker and Anjum.
Hello, sir.
So where is your offline institute, sir? Yeah, online.
Online institute, I'll help you, make you understand. So Shruti, can you update him? Yep.
Hello, sir. What is ODS in this field?
Which one? Sorry, ODS?
ODS and staging area.
Staging area is nothing but data lake you can think of. Staging area is most of the time landing layer or a staging area. You can think of that one. Yes.
So staging area means a data lake, right?
Yes, data lake. Some people call it as a staging area. Some people call it as a data lake is a location where you store it. You can use that as a landing layer. You can use that as a storage layer. You can also use it as a staging area. All the things you can use. Okay. Yes.
Sir, I have one question. Like, what is the difference between data lake and data warehouse? Means like, here also we are storing the data, and in the data warehouse also we are storing the data.
Data lake, you
So,
store the data in the form of a files. Okay. Here more in the form of a tables for querying purpose. Right? Yeah. On a high level, there are a lot of things that are different. Maybe I can show you. We are going to see that in the Databricks. I'm going to make you understand, sir. What is this data lake? What is this data warehouse? What is lake house also, right? Data lake warehouse, data lake, and data lake house. Maybe I don't want it to scare you today, everything telling you, but for sure we are going to see in our upcoming sessions. Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, Joseph.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
Joseph.
So I have two things. So first of all, a data lake. So from my experience, we have a landing area where all of the text files, CSV files are sent via FTP to that server, and then we have staging tables where the files are then registered and loaded into staging tables. Those tables are just having the same columns as the Excel, and then we have the low-level facts, the facts tables, where the staging table move to, and then data is further transformed to fact tables, and then from the fact tables we move straight to we move straight to the BI level table. So I was kind of confused here. For us, I think for where I work,
No. What you are telling is that, so this is your landing layer.
Yeah.
Okay. And sometimes you process the data and you store it as, maybe you can think of like a bronze layer here, silver
in the
layer
same
here,
data, yes, in the
gold
same
layer.
data lake, we have it as the staging, as the processing area.
Some people use external tables, so they store this bronze table data in the data lake and they create an external table on top of the warehouse. So different companies follow that, but I'll for sure we will be covering that in our upcoming sessions. We will be covering that, so you don't have to worry about that. Sure, I'm going to talk.
Okay, then my next question would just be, what is the difference between business intelligence, a BI and a data engineer?
A BI morely focusing on creating the reports and dashboards, right? But we are the ones actually doing all of these steps: extracting, transforming, cleaning, processing, analyzing, maintaining, storing, everything, right? Governing, monitoring, logging, and everything, all of these activities. Data engineering is foundation and very important step for all the downstreams. Yes.
Oh, okay. Clear for me.
Right. Any other questions, guys? Anyone, please? Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
We store the raw data in the data lake, right?
Correct.
And after the cleaning, sorting, and we store into the data warehouse. Okay. So data warehouse store the structured data. But what about the unstructured data?
You have a tools for storing the unstructured data, also big table, for example. But most of the time, data engineers always works on the structured data only. Okay, 90% of your time, 90% of the time, we always focus on the structured data only. Okay. Yes.
Sir, any internship opportunity through your institute?
We will talk about that the entire course curriculum. I'll tell you what are the things that we are going to cover, everything, so that if you could give us the time, guys. Okay, let me gonna go to the next topic first. That is, so let me gonna tell you about Google Cloud Platform and Azure Cloud Platform, and after that I will talk about a detailed core curriculum, what are the projects covering, use cases, case studies, everything I'm going to tell you. If you guys give me the time, I'll try to explain it. Can I go for Google Cloud and Azure? Shall we see that now? Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, we can.
Perfect. Now let us start, guys. If you guys have any questions, please take it up at the end.
You will also cover that data migration from one database to Databricks like that.
See, for sure, if you give me the time, I'm gonna tell you everything. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Right. See, data migration project. So for sure, if you give me some 20 to 25 minutes, I'll talk about everything that we are going to cover, so that for sure most of the people which are asking, that might have been a topic in the session, that might have been a topic which we are going to cover in our upcoming sessions. Database migration project is here already. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Let me gonna give you on a high level overview of cloud platforms first. Okay, so tell me guys, what are the cloud platforms that you guys know? What are the cloud platforms that you guys know?
AWS, Azure.
AWS,
GCP, Azure.
Google GCP.
GCP, Azure, AWS,
Alibaba, Oracle,
Oracle,
Deep.
Alibaba.
Okay, so these are some, yeah. So these are the main cloud platforms that are available in the market, right? So there are plenty of the cloud platforms available in the market. So such as, AWS, Azure, GCP, Alibaba, Oracle. Sir, what are these cloud platforms? Sir, these are the cloud providers. Sir, what are these? If you ask me, sir, these are the cloud providers. These are the cloud providers. Sir, what is the... Guys, please mute yourself, okay? Always mute yourself. Okay, let me just do one thing. Okay, mute all. Yeah. Okay, look at here, guys. So AWS, Azure, GCP, Alibaba, Oracle, these are all the cloud providers, right? So you can say this is one cloud provider. All these are the different cloud providers that are available in the market. Sir, what is cloud providers provides us? Sir, what is cloud providers provides us? If you ask me, cloud providers provide you the cloud computing services. They provide you the cloud computing services, right? So these services are very useful for the companies. These services are very useful for the companies to fulfill their project requirements. So, for example, if I just wanted to give you one example, assume that why the cloud platforms are required. Some people may be having some question, right? So to clear that out, let me gonna take you one simple example and tell me, guys, if I have some 100 terabytes of the data, and my client has given me some 100 terabytes of the data. Tell me, guys, where can we store it? If you do not have cloud platforms, and how do you store this 100 terabytes of the data? Okay, tell me, guys, how do you store this 100 terabytes of the data? Right, so if you guys wanted to store this 100 terabytes of the data, what we have to do is that we have to go to a different, we have to purchase multiple machines, right? We have to purchase multiple machines here, right? So the very first thing is that you have to purchase multiple machines. Once you have purchased the machines, you have to install the operating system on top of that. And once you install the operating system, you have to do some kind of a networking, and you have to configure the storage. And you have also set up the backups. You have to do the setting the backups, and you will also have to do some kind of a maintenance. You have to take care of some kind of a maintenance activities and some kind of a management details also you have to take care of it. So if I wanted to store some 100 terabytes of the data on the local or a on-premises environment without the cloud platform, I have to purchase on my own, purchase the machines, install the operating system, right? So we have to install the operating system, networking, configure the storage, set up the backups, maintenance and management. All of these things, once that are ready, all of these machines are ready as per the requirement, then we can go for the storage. Then we can go for storing this 100 terabytes of the data. So if you guys wanted to store some 100 terabytes of the data, you have to spend a lot of time setting up all of these things. Just tell me how much time in the chat box. Tell me guys, how much time this will take? How much time this will take, guys? Can you guys tell me how much time this will take for you? It will take a lot of time, isn't it? It will take a lot of time. Maybe can I guess it as 2 months or 3 months? 2 months, right? So can we guess it as like 2 months? So that's how it will be taking you a lot of time for you to do that. Okay. So maybe usually in the companies, think about the companies, they usually take 2 months to set up all of these things. They take 2 months to do that, right? To setting up all of these things. So such a kind of a environment or such a kind of a processing or such a kind of a method that the companies follow, and those companies we follow, we call it as a on-premises working model. On-premises working model. So if a company creating their own infrastructure, taking care of all the activities that are required for their project to fulfill it. For example, the entire project requirement is to store the data. Assume that the project requirement for a company to store the data, and they have to do all of these things. If a company taking care of all of these things on their own, such a kind of a company is following a on-premises methodology. So that particular project is following a on-premises methodology, and that usually takes 2 months or 3 months or 4 months and 5 months. So it may take a lot of time, guys. Okay, this may take a lot of time. So this is what usually happens. All right. But sir, what is the advantage with the cloud platform, sir? If I go to the cloud platform, what is the cloud platforms provides us? If you ask me, the cloud platforms provide you the cloud computing services. What is the cloud platforms providing you guys? What are the cloud providers providing you? The cloud providers providing you the cloud computing services, and these services are useful for you to store the data. So that's what I was talking about. What is a cloud provider providing you us? The cloud provider providing you the cloud computing services. These services are helping you to fulfill your project requirement. Fulfill your project requirement. So if your project requirement is to store the data, whatever your project requirement is, if you wanted to store the data or process the data or analyze the data or visualize the data, whatever it is, whatever you name it, there is a one separate service provided by the cloud providers. There is a separate service. That service I am calling it as a cloud computing service. Cloud providers are providing you the services for you to store the data, process the data, analyze the data, visualize the data, transform the data, govern the data, logging, monitoring, everything they will provide you. All right. So the main thing for you to do is that you have to fulfill your project. So if you wanted to fulfill your project, the cloud computing services are provided by the cloud providers. And with the help of these cloud computing services, so now guess it, how much time it would take if I just go for cloud service. How much time it could take for me? Put it in the chat box. How much time it could take for me if I go for the cloud to store this 100 terabytes of the data? How much time it could take for me? Any guesses? It could take hardly 1 day. Yes, hardly few minutes only, few hours only, hardly 1 day. See, this is what is the advantage of the cloud platforms. You see, where is 2 months? Where is 1 day? Right? You see the difference, right? So that's the difference. And that's the reason that the most of the companies nowadays moving from their on-premises environment to the cloud. That's the reason plenty of the opportunities are there for the cloud platforms. Plenty of opportunities for the cloud data engineers. So that is the reason in our upcoming sessions or in our sessions, we are going to mainly focus on the cloud for data engineering, majorly on the GCP and Azure. Okay, so the main thing that we are going to focus is that the cloud platforms are providing you a lot of benefit for the companies so that they can create their application, they can build their application, they can scale their applications and services, right? So such kind of a services are all of these things. One is AWS, Azure, GCP, Alibaba, Oracle. So these are all cloud providers which provides you the cloud computing services. What they do, sir? They provide you the cloud computing services. Sir, what are the platforms that we are going to focus on in our upcoming sessions? If you ask me, we are going to focus on the Azure and GCP. There are plenty of opportunities for the Azure as well as GCP. We are going to mainly focus on the Azure as well as GCP in our upcoming sessions. So Azure and GCP are the cloud providers which provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations to fulfill their project requirement. Okay, so these are the cloud platforms such as Azure and GCP. What they do, they provide you the cloud computing services. These services are useful for you to store the data, process the data, analyze the data, and visualize the data. So this is what they do, sir. This is what they do. So that's the reason. So whenever you wanted to use any of the service, what we have to do, we just have to go to that particular cloud platform, use that. Maybe I can show you a simple example. Sir, I wanted to store the data. So I can go to the Google Cloud platform, right? I have to set up my account and I have to set up the billing also. Then I go to that particular service wherever I wanted to use that. For example, for storing the data, I can use cloud storage. I can use the cloud storage. I can go to the buckets. I can start storing the data here. Maybe I can store the data here. I can upload my data to here. Click on upload, upload files, and I can upload the data here, right? So that's the advantage. So you don't have to set up any machine. You don't have to install any operating system. You don't have to worry about any libraries. You don't have to worry about anything. Straight away go to the cloud platform, store your data, process your data, analyze the data. So that's the advantage of the cloud platforms, guys. So that's the reason most of the companies moving towards the cloud platforms. So there's a very huge demand for the Azure data engineer as well as GCP data engineer. In our upcoming sessions, we are going to see about in a very detail. We are going to see about that in a very detail. So that is what is Azure cloud platform. So you can also see a Google cloud platform is a suite of cloud computing services that are offered by the Google, and it helps organizations to build, deploy, and scale the applications and services in the cloud. Okay, so it is a suite of cloud computing services. As I told you, sir, what are those services it will provide? I will show you, right? Similarly, Azure also. Azure cloud platform is a Microsoft cloud computing service offered infrastructure as a platform, software as a services, and platform as a services. It is going to be providing you to help businesses build the application, deploy the application, and manage the applications and services in the cloud. Don't worry about all of these things. The main importance is that Azure or GCP, they are providing you the cloud computing services. Azure or GCP, they are providing you the cloud computing services. Cloud computing services. These services are provided to the organizations, whether they wanted to build an application, store the data, or deploy an application or process the data, whatever they wanted to do it, they can able to do it with help of these cloud computing services. So those are the things that are offered, guys. Okay. Yeah. Now, if anyone have any questions, you can speak up. I'm going to unmute you guys. If anyone have any questions, you can ask me. If anyone have any questions, you can raise your hand, guys. We will follow a proper methodology. If you have any question, you raise your hand. I'll give you the time to ask you a question.
Hello, Saidul.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
We are mainly focusing on GCP and Azure, right? We are neglecting Amazon.
No, in this course, because AWS for data engineering, less opportunities will be there, because mainly the opportunities I wanted to cover two cloud platforms, right? So one is Azure and GCP, because there are plenty of opportunities are there for this one at this point of time. So the main thing is that if you wanted to get a job, right? So if you wanted to get a job, there should be a plenty of opportunities, right? So that's the reason GCP and Azure is having a very good opportunities outside in the market. So that's the reason we are mainly focusing on these two. Okay. Compared to the AWS, yes.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Any other questions, guys? Anyone?
Hi, sir.
Yes,
Actually, in this data engineering course, how much coding is required? Because I don't have any previous experience in the coding. So
Not
how
a
much
required.
is it?
So the basic knowledge on the SQL is enough for this course. Even though you do not have an SQL knowledge also, my people will help you, my management people will help you. Learnomate team will help you how to learn the SQL also. Rest of the things like coding, you can leave to me. I will teach you Python. I will teach you rest of the coding, PySpark, and everything that is required for data engineering. I am going to teach it. Don't worry about at all for anything. We are going to see a detailed course curriculum. You will understand what we are going to cover. Basic knowledge on the SQL is the prerequisite. Rest of the coding I am going to teach you. Don't worry about that. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I have one question, sir. Like,
yes, please.
I'm working in the BigQuery from last 3 years, but
okay.
I'm looking for the PySpark. Like, how much deep we are going for PySpark, and
we are going to cover almost 10 to, because we are covering in the Dataproc, we are also covering in the Databricks almost some 15 classes, around 14 to 15 classes we are covering. Yep. All until the optimizations you can think of. Okay. Yes, Kashif, Hayat, you have any question?
Yes. I have a question regarding Microsoft Fabric. Like, what's the difference between Azure and Microsoft Fabric? And are you going to cover that part as well?
Microsoft Fabric we are covering. We are not covering in this particular thing. One of the offering in the one of the service in the Azure platform is a Microsoft Fabric, which are not covering in this topic. No, I'm going to talk about the course curriculum, guys, so that you guys get a very good understanding. What are the things that we are covering in the GCP? What are the services that we are covering in the Azure, so that you will understand a high level overview of the curriculum. Okay, so let me gonna tell you. Okay, let
May
me
I know
just...
the course duration or thing?
Yes, I'm gonna tell you everything now. Yes. Okay, so when it comes to them, yes, I can show you here. Okay, you can see here, guys. I'm going for the Azure. I'm gonna show up here. For GCP, I will also show up here. Yep. This is coming. This is a course curriculum for the GCP. Okay, this is a course curriculum for the GCP, and you can able to see these are all the topics that we are going to cover. Everything. Okay, so you can see here, guys, the cloud basics. We are going to start with our course with the cloud basics, where we are going to see the cloud overview. Maybe I can write it up for you guys so that you guys get a very good understanding. So I'm going to go here and I'll try to write up everything here. So GCP course curriculum, first thing, GCP. Okay, so in the GCP, we will be starting with the cloud basics. We will be starting with the cloud basics. In this one, we are going to see the GCP introduction, GCP interfaces to interact with the different services. Interfaces, when I say interfaces, we have console, we have Cloud Shell, we have Cloud SDK. And after that, GCP locations. We are talking about the GCP locations. In the GCP locations, we will talk about what is region, what is zone, and maybe I don't have to tell you guys, so that it's easy to, on a high level, if you guys look at the course curriculum. And GCP locations and GCP IAM and admin. Okay, and again in this one we will also see GCP console walkthrough. Okay, so this is what is the cloud basics that we are starting with. The very first topic that we are going to start is this one, sir, cloud basics. In this cloud basics, we are going to see about the GCP introduction, GCP interfaces. Interfaces, we have a console, Cloud Shell, and Cloud SDK. We are going to see it. In the GCP console walkthrough, I am going to tell you how to create a free tier account in the GCP. I will tell you how to create a free tier account in the GCP, free tier account. We are going to see this account is worth of $300 for next 90 days. Okay, for next 90 days. So this is a, the free trial account, which is worth of $300 for 90 days as a limitation. Okay, so that is what. And we will also see what is a project here, project setup. Okay, project setup. We will also see what is billing and how do we manage the billing and what is API. All of those details we are going to understand it here. Similarly, in the interfaces, we will be covering the console, and we will also cover the Cloud Shell. We will also cover the Cloud SDK. So these are the topics that we are going to cover. GCP introduction, GCP interfaces, console walkthrough. In that, we are going to cover the free tier account, project setup, building and managing the API, GCP locations. In this GCP locations, what is location, what is region, what is zone, and importance of each and everything. Importance, very important topic. So here we are going to cover all of these things. Okay, and after that, GCP IAM and admin. In this one, we are going to cover what is IAM, who are the identities, and what is role, and how many types of roles are there, what is policy, and how do we manage the policies. Okay, all of these things we are going to cover here. Okay, so this is what is about all the cloud basics that we are going to cover, guys. Right, GCP and everything about the GCP here. GCP introduction, interfaces, console walkthrough, locations, IAM and admin. Okay, yeah. Once the GCP cloud basics are completed, we will be entering into the data engineering tools. GCP data engineering tools. GCP data engineering tools. In this one, the very first tool that we are covering is a Google Cloud Storage. Next one is BigQuery. Sorry, Cloud SQL. Third one, BigQuery. Fourth one, Dataproc. Fifth one, Dataflow. Sixth one, Airflow. Seventh one, Cloud Functions. Okay, so this is what. So all of these things that we are going to cover, these are the tools, guys. I'm not going into the deeper what are the concepts that we are covering, and we have a PDF for that. I can show you the PDF also. We have a PDF for that. I will show you guys later, but here we have the PDF. Everything that we have mentioned here we will be covering. Okay, you can see introduction, interfaces. So this is locations. GCP locations is our module 3, and GCP IAM and admin, identities, roles, policy, resource hierarchy. And then once this entire things is covered, I think I forgot to tell you, we are also covering the programming concepts such as Linux basics. The basic Linux also we are covering. Python for data engineers, which is very famous for me, for my course. In my course, this is very famous for those people who do not know coding at all. They are going to learn Python for data engineers. PySpark I am going to teach. Beam also I am going to teach. DAGs, how to create the DAGs also I am going to teach. So all of these programming things we are going to cover. All the programming we are going to cover. Linux, Python for data engineers, PySpark, Apache Beam, DAGs. All of these things we are covering. Once these cloud basics and programming is covered, we will enter into the data engineering tools. Okay, so this is where we will be stopping our GCP. Then we enter into the Azure. Then we will enter into the Azure. And similarly, the same thing about the Azure. As you guys already know about the cloud basics, it becomes easy for you to understand the Azure now. Some of the cloud basics in 1 or 2 days we will be covering here also on a high level, because you already know the cloud basics there. Right, on a high level, we are going to understand the interfaces and overview and billing and management. Some of the things about the management on a cloud basics we are covering, because you already know all of those things here in the cloud basics. Because when I talk about a cloud basics in one cloud platform, It is same in other cloud platforms also. Okay, so that's already there. I will also tell you here also how to create, how to set up student version. Okay, how to set up student version for free. Okay, so this is also here for you to practice, because if you guys wanted to practice everything, we are covering everything here. Okay, so on a GCP as well as on a Azure, we are going to set up the free tier account for you to practice, and we are going to do our development, all the lab sessions, all the case studies, use cases, projects, everything we are going to set up in the do it in this particular free accounts only. Okay, so free accounts provides you all the things, so we will be practicing everything there only.
Sir, what
Once
will what is used in the developer side, sir? In Azure?
I'm talking about, yeah, I will talk about all of the data engineering tools also. So in a data engineering, we will be covering about ADLS, Azure Data Lake, storage service, and we will be covering the SQL DBs. We will be covering the ADF, Azure Data Factory. We will be covering the Databricks. So these are the 4 tools that we are covering. So this is where we will be ending up our course. Okay, I did not tell you about the projects, right? I'll tell you. The projects are also here already, but I'll show you where is the projects. Okay, so I'll show you my notebook also, what we are going to cover in a very detail. But look at here, this is where we are ending. So if you ask me where are the projects, sir, while I'm covering the cloud SQL, one database migration project will be covered. Database migration project. Here one project, database migration project. Okay, and in BigQuery, 2 case studies will be covered. 2 case studies. Industry standard case studies are covered. Okay, industry standard case studies we are covering. I will show you all of these things, don't worry. Here, 2 case studies, one end-to-end batch pipeline. End-to-end batch pipeline we are going to cover. 2 case studies plus one end-to-end batch pipeline. Both are covered here. Okay. And similarly, data flow. Sir, one case study. Here, one case study plus one end-to-end streaming pipeline we are going to cover. Actually, I forgot to tell you, here we are also covering the PubSub. PubSub is also comes. Okay, so that's also. In the Airflow, 4 end-to-end DAGs. 4 end-to-end DAGs also covered. Okay, so that's also. And here in the cloud function, one use case is covered. One use case. Okay, so this is. So you'll be able to see one database migration project. Yeah. Sorry?
Airflow means we are going to learn the Apache Airflow or Airflow integrated service from.
So Google Cloud Platform is providing its own service, which is Airflow only, but they call it as a composer. Okay, so composer, GCP service, that is composer. Both are same. Okay, if you learn one, both are same. Yes. And 4 end-to-end DAGs we are going to cover here. And one use case also. Okay, so if you combine it, it will become more than 10. It will come more than 10 here in the GCP. And again, if you come here, ADF, one use case, one end-to-end ETL pipeline. I call it as an incremental data pipeline. Incremental data pipeline. Incremental data pipeline. In Databricks, one use case for the autoloader. One use case for the autoloader. One use case for the structured streaming. So everything actually I have to. I'm just telling you guys, you may be asking me, that's the reason I'm telling you. One structured streaming and one end-to-end pipeline, incremental pipeline. Incremental pipeline, which we will be involving the SCD type 2, type 1, all of those things also, right? So that is also there. So this is a Azure plus GCP, guys. So this is all about the entire course. Here 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus plus. So total here 5 and here 10 plus, and everything we are going to cover. And this is the entire course curriculum, guys, if you guys wanted to see. Okay, so I did not mention you the cloud basics or any details here, so that's the reason it is looking smaller, because Python programming is common, right? So I can just remove this one so that you can think of like both are same only. Both are Azure and GCP, mostly everything is same. Maybe I have given you high descriptions here, cloud basics, so that's the reason it is coming. So I can say here programming. I can mention here and I will say here programming. This is programming. Yes. Any questions on the course curriculum, guys? Anyone?
Hello, sir.
Hello. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Sir, how much duration would be taken for data engineering in both
This
the?
course duration will be around 3 months, guys. The duration of the course will come around 3 months. Okay. We will be having daily one session. Daily 1 hour session will be there. Daily 1 hour session. And that will be Monday to Friday only. Saturdays, and I did not mention you the assignments and all of those things. I will show you everything, guys. I'll show you. Okay. Monday to Friday live sessions will be there. And Saturday and Sunday assignments will be there. Okay. You guys have to complete that. And maybe I can show you my notebook, how it looks like. We have a dedicated notebook for everything, which is a proper structured format. I'll show you the cloud basics, right? So very first topic that we are covering is cloud basics in the GCP. What is Google Cloud Platform introduction? GCP interfaces, console, cloud shell, cloud SDK, isn't it? This is what we were talking about. Console, cloud shell, cloud SDK. And after that, GCP console walkthrough, a free tier account creation, project setup, enabling the billing, managing the billing, working with different services using the interface methods. Locations, what is region, what is zone, what is the importance. IAM and admin. Okay, so who are the identities, what is a role, predefined roles, custom roles, and hierarchy, resource hierarchy. And you can also see here everything: principles, roles, permissions, policies, resource hierarchy, IAM best practices also. And the free tier account creation, how to create a free tier account. I have created one video also, you guys can go through that. I'll show you later point of time. And installing the SDK, we have to work with SDK also. How to install the SDK is here. Linux basics we are covering. All the Linux basics that is required for data engineering is here. Okay, so that's it. And then we will be entering into the data engineering services, isn't it? So in the GC, yes, first service is GCS. You have a GCS. What is GCS? How do we set up the buckets and the limitations? Using the cloud shell, how do we interact with the cloud shell? Using the Google Cloud Storage. Creating the buckets using the commands also. You see, you are able to see the commands also, right? So these are all commands also. You will be learning. And assignment is also there. We have an assignment also. And there is a quiz also. Every topic will have an assignment, guys. I'm telling you, every topic will have an assignment for sure to make you engaged in each topic. Cloud SQL. What is Cloud SQL? What is the architecture of the Cloud SQL? And how? So some people was asking already, sir, what is database? What is data warehouse? What is OLTP system? What is OLAP system? Right? What is data? Database, DBMS, RDBMS, non-RDBMS. This course is from scratch to end as a data engineer. Will make you a full-time data engineer, guys. I'm telling you, everything is properly created here, which will make you a data engineer, good data engineer. And connecting it to the Cloud SQL, database migration phases. What is a pre-migration planning? How many team will be there? And phase 2, schema and data migration. Phase 3, data sync, data validation and testing, cutover plan. Actual data migration project, manual method and automatic method. And sample data for you to practice and assignment again. Finally, next service, that is BigQuery. What is BigQuery, right? So what is BigQuery? BigQuery is architecture, BigQuery limitations. Working with BigQuery, guys, very important thing. BigQuery is hierarchy, different ways of creating the tables in the BigQuery, editor, console, cloud shell, cloud SDK, ETL services, supported data types, table creation statements. big data sets for practice purpose, partitioning and clustering. So what is partitioning? What is clustering? What are the storage optimization techniques in the BigQuery? How do we create a partitioning and clustering in the BigQuery also? Working with arrays, which is one of the complex topic, guys, which we are going to cover in a very simple way. Working with the different types of arrays in the BigQuery, guys. So simple JSON, JSON data, array data, list kind of a data, all of those things we are going to see. Nested fields and repeated fields. Assignment 1, case study 1, which I have told you, right? Case study 1, Spotify case study in the BigQuery. 2 case studies, right? One case study is here, one more case study is here, which is for practice purpose. Storage optimization techniques, BigQuery views, everything end to end. If I'm taking one topic, I'll make you understand everything. Sir, I did not tell you. I've been teaching the GCP data engineering from last 1.5 years. Close to 2 years I've been teaching. Plenty of the batches, plenty of the students got job from the course. I'm telling you. And again, Python. Python chapter 1, data type, string, operators, numbers, boolean, none. Chapter 2, data structures, list, tuple, dictionary, and set. Chapter 3, Python programming constructions, if and elif statements, for loop, while loop, exceptional handling, file input output operations. In chapter 4, modular programming, function and classes also we are covering. Okay, yep. And the next thing, so installation and notebooks practice questions are also there for you to assign for assignment. And the data proc. What is Hadoop actually? Why big data? What is Hadoop? What is Spark? How the Spark is different from Hadoop? What is data proc? How it is different from the Hadoop and Spark? How to create the cluster in the data proc? So again, everything, guys, Spark architecture, Spark ecosystem, everything we are going to cover. The lab sessions again for practice. Sample data sets, case study 1, case study 2. 2 case studies I have told you, right? Case study 1, explanation, and what we have to do, architecture. Case study 2, explanation, and you will also be having an architecture. Assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3, end-to-end batch pipeline, which I have told you guys, right? So which are covering here again, end-to-end batch pipeline. Right, so again, same thing goes for the data flow. What is data flow? How it is different from the data proc? Creating the workbench, lab sessions, and a simple architecture, sample data sets for practice, use case 1, assignment 1, template method of creating the pipelines, end-to-end streaming pipeline, which I have told you, right? This is where it is. PubSub, what is PubSub and what are the use cases of the PubSub? Final topic is Airflow. The Airflow you can see here. Airflow, what is Composer? Maybe I can come here. What is workflow orchestration tool? What is Composer or Airflow? The architecture. What is DAG? How to create the DAG? Cron job format. Creating the Composer environment. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Nothing but these are all your end-to-end pipelines are DAGs only. End-to-end 4 end-to-end DAGs I told you, right? Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Level 5 is for assignment. And I am giving you as a complimentary implementing a CI/CD with Airflow using the GitHub, Cloud Build, Cloud Composer, which are the CI/CD tools. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to provide you a video for that one as well. Right? So this is also covered. Once the GCP is covered, we will go to the Azure Notebook. So Azure, again, Azure Cloud Basics, Azure Cloud Basics, the terminology, important links and everything is here. And then we enter into the data engineering services, Azure ADLS, and the types of ADLS, core components and everything. And creating ADLS storage account. SQLDB, what is SQLDB and key features? And creating a SQLDB again here. What is Data Factory, which is very important thing. Introduction to the Azure Data Factory, core components and features, and the architecture, simple architecture you guys can see. Similarly, creating a ADF instance, pipeline, a simple pipeline which we are going to see, and pipeline steps. Linked services, data set, what are data sets? copy activity, lookup activity, condition activity, for each activity, get metadata activity, REST APIs activity. With examples we are going to cover. These are all examples and pipelines we are going to create it. And incremental data pipeline, an end-to-end incremental data pipeline also we are covering. Okay, and again the final topic, that is Databricks. What is Databricks? Databricks, maybe I can show you here. 1 minute. So both are same, but you can use Databricks anywhere. Yeah, Databricks have full-fledged course content. Module 1, Introduction to the Lakehouse Architecture. What is Databricks? Unity Catalog, one of the recent advancement. You already know that I'm working in the Databricks, right? So I'm also working at Databricks. So Unity Catalog, core components, Metastore, catalog, schema, tables, external storage locations, Lakehouse Federation, Databricks clusters, types of clusters, Databricks notebooks, DB utility commands, Delta Lake tables. What are these? Managed tables, external tables, Parquet table, Delta Lake, versioning, time travel, compacting, indexing, vacuuming, structured streaming with Databricks, incremental data loading with a autoloader, Databricks workflows, Databricks DLT, end-to-end project in the Databricks. Right, so everything we are covering. If you guys wanted to see introduction, free trial account, setting up the Databricks workspace, clusters, notebooks, commands, data frames, Unity catalog, Delta tables, dataset creation, structured streaming, autoloader, workflows, medallion architecture, end-to-end workflow, and Delta live tables finally. So all of these things are covered, guys. In addition to that, in addition to this, we have a interview tab. Those who are going for an interview, you have a resume templates here. These are the resumes from the previous students who got the job from the course. You can create your resume accordingly. Interview introduction, if you guys wanted to go for an introduction, so here is an introduction for you. Project 1 explanation for you already. So some people will find it difficulty to explain in the project. You can here, we have the write up here on architecture here. You can easily explain in the interview. Project 2 explanation as well as architecture here. Everything is here, guys. All the things are covered here, you can see. And one more thing, data engineering theoretical questions, topic wise theoretical questions, you have it here. SQL questions, Python questions, PySpark questions. Those who wanted to go for certification, you have a certification dumps also. Everything is end to end, which is covering in this course, guys. This is a full-fledged pack of course which I've been covering in the last 1.5 years. So you have everything here. Okay, so that's how. Any questions, guys? Anyone, please?
Yes, I do.
Yes, please.
I am from GCP background.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working as a 2.8 years GCP BODS developer. You
Okay.
know, BODS is a ETL tool.
Correct.
So I'm moving to data engineer. It's required any more knowledge Python programming.
No, not required anything because I'm covering it, right? So if I'm not covering it, you have to learn it because I'm covering it. Don't need to worry about it. Basic knowledge and the SQL is more than enough for the course. Yes. Yes.
Actually, we are base working. So
Sorry?
if we miss the classes, then how can we able to go?
Yes. So forgot to tell you guys, Monday to Friday, and the recordings will also be provided. Okay, recordings will also be provided on a daily basis. Okay, so you will be having a recordings on a daily basis, and whatever the notebook that I have told you, right, I'm going to share it with you guys. So the notebook will be shown up for you like this one. You can directly access it. I don't have to provide you any PDF or anything. Also, I can just go here. You can copy the link. Azure and GCP, different notebooks are there, and which will be provided to you. Okay, which will be provided to you. I can show you here. One minute. My voice is echoing. Okay, I hope you guys are able to see my screen, right?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, I'll
Yes.
I'll just show you this one first. So you have the notebook and everything is accessible via internet, guys. So you don't have to worry about anything. So you can just see here, everything is there in the notes. Okay. So for GCP as well as Azure, separate notebooks are there. Yeah. Yes, please. Someone was asking some question. Yes, Worker.
What the sir entry level of salary?
So entry level of salary for this one is, it depends on the company, but basic nowadays everyone is providing you 4.5. Okay, it is starting from 4.5 for cloud engineers. Okay, yeah. Some companies provide you 7 also. It depends on the company. Yeah, 7, 8, 9 also some companies providing you. Yes. Yes, Cloud Composer is covered by 2 cloud platforms. It is because of that, the moment you go for an company, right? So they will ask you, do you know this one? Do you know that one? So that's the reason I don't want you guys to worry about that. This gives you a lot of opportunities because there are plenty of opportunities for Azure and GCP. Getting the job becomes very easy for you to get the job from this particular course. So that's the reason 2 cloud platforms we are covering. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Yogesh.
Sir, cloud engineer and data engineer, both designations are different, right? And work
Different.
also.
Different. Yes. Totally different. Yes.
So you said, sir, as a cloud engineer, you will get
I mean,
4.5.
nothing but cloud data engineer. I mean to say cloud data engineer.
So, sir, thank you.
Hello.
Yes,
Hi,
please.
sir. I have one question.
Yes, please.
For experienced employee, how much the course will be the helpful?
This course is mainly for you if you guys are coming from a different background, sir. So for those people, to give a simple idea, sir, for example, you have 3 years or 5 years or 7 years. So what you guys have to do, last 2 or 2.5 or 3 maximum you can go for 2 or 2.5 or 3 years of experience that I have in the Google Cloud platform, and you can prepare your resume and go for the interview. Okay, assume that one is guy, one a typical scenario I'll tell you guys. Assume that one of the guys having 5 years of experience, right? So one of the guys having 5 years of experience in maybe in the testing background. So how this course helpful for me? Not only testing, maybe support background or some cloud background or maybe some mainframe background, whoever it is, right? So how this course will help him? So if you learn this course, you can put your resume like this one. First 2 years I worked on the Azure cloud platform. Last 2.5 years I worked on the GCP, and he can prepare the resume like that and he can go for the interview. So this is something that you guys have to follow. Or you can put here 1 year as a some other background, which whatever the experience that you have, and 2 on this one, 2 on this one. Okay, so such that whatever the experience that you are putting it, we are going to justify that, right? So we are going to cover everything in the course, so which will help you to justify in the interview also. Okay, so that's how, if you are
Okay.
having 3 also, 5 also, 7 also, 10 also, you can manage it like that. Yes.
And sir, will you be helping us in the making the resume for a experienced employee?
Yes, yes,
And
yes, our team will help
mock
you to
interview.
our team will help you with the resumes, and we have a dedicated HR team also, which help you to land on your job placements and everything. Will also, they'll help you where you have to apply and all of those things also. Okay. Yes.
Hi sir, actually I have one question. Actually I'm
Yes.
from automation testing background.
Okay.
So during resume preparation, do we need to show the testing experience or directly we need to just show the data
Yes.
engineering
So
experience?
if you have 5 years, right, 1 year you can mention testing, and last 4 years you are working on GCP data engineer or Azure both, right? So that's how you prepare your resume. Okay. For
Okay.
example, how many years of experience you have?
2.5 years experience.
2.5. Directly you mentioned 2.5. Maybe 1 year on the GCP, 1 year on the Azure,
Okay.
and 1 year on the 1.5 on the GCP, right? Directly you can put it. No
I
worries.
have like 3.7 years as a mainframe
Ah,
developer.
3.7, right? You put 2 years on the Azure, 2 years on the GCP. Done. Less experience is fine. More experience, 7 experience, 3 years on whatever the current experience you have, and the last 2 plus 2 on the GCP plus Azure. Okay, that's how you manage.
Hello, Shaq. So, when is it proposed to start? When are we going to start this
It will
course?
be started from the next week onwards. Yes.
Okay, and how is the payment like? For some of us who are maybe out, because we are from various part
Correct.
of the world.
Correct. So don't worry about that. My team will connect with you on the payment, and you see there is a form, right? They're asking you to fill up the form. Please fill up the form.
Okay.
They'll help you to make the payments. They'll help you to understand your background. They'll help you to set up a sessions for the resume interview and all of those things also, guys. Everything is covered in this one single payment. You are going to get everything: Azure plus GCP plus interviews plus resume preparation, everything. Okay. Yeah.
One more thing, we can
Okay,
coordinate
so
our
can
teammates.
Hello?
You can coordinate our teammates if possible
Sorry?
for any query, for you need any communication like that.
We will be creating a group, so you'll be always you can ask me in the classes, but you will also be having a group. Yes.
We will be taught like SQL and Python also.
SQL, no. Python, yes.
But SQL is also required, right?
SQL basic knowledge and the SQL is the prerequisite for the course, as I told you guys. Right? The prerequisite for this entire course, you can see already, right? So everything, Python, Linux, and everything, everything is covered. The only thing prerequisite is SQL basic knowledge only. Enough, because I will talk about the development in the SQL, basic knowledge in the SQL you should come up with. Okay. Yes.
Do we
Actually,
have
I have
SQL
joined in
notes with
between.
that?
Can we share the recording also for this session?
SQL, yes. For this session as well as SQL basic also, they will provide you the recordings, guys. Those who do not know, sir, the SQL, my team will help you to how to learn the SQL also. My team will help you. Okay.
Yeah, I think key note. Please, we need to. Please abreast with the payment method.
Sure.
Maybe in a specific chat group so that we can plan for the payment.
Yes, Joseph, try to fill out the form which was circular, right? So Shruti has shared you the form, right? Please fill up that. Everyone, please fill up. Take a minute and try to fill up, guys, please.
No, I haven't seen a form yet. Maybe after I would try to check with him, but I haven't seen a form yet.
Okay, let me just share the link here, guys. So I'm sharing the link again. So can you guys in the chat box try to fill up the form, please?
So I have a question on the recordings.
Yes, please.
Hi,
The
sir.
recordings will be daily basis. We are going to share. Yes.
Will the access will be lifetime or like you will be within the
I guess 1 year, at least 1 year will
only
be
for
there.
a
Yes. Yes.
only for a year?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Actually, I'm holding 6 years experience in a production support, and I'm working on the different skills like SQL, AWS, and infra, and few parts in the
Okay.
IoT side.
Okay. That's not a problem. Okay. So
So
whatever the
in
background.
IoT side, yeah, in the
Okay.
IoT side in my project currently they are transferring the data to Kafka and InfluxDB and Snowflake.
Okay.
So it will be helpful for me and Azure.
Okay. So such kind of Kafka related service we are covering it. And if you guys are coming from any background, not a problem at all. We will be covering everything from the basic to the advanced only, right? So you'll be guys able to understand it. And the trending technology only we are covering, guys. So you'll be having a very good demand outside. Yes.
I've just submitted my form anyway. So
great. Yes, Sushant. Yes, for sure. You will only prize me after I cover the Python and PySpark. You will prize me. I'm telling you now. If you are there in the sessions, right, you will prize me, sir. I have learned a lot from you in terms of a Python and PySpark in a simple way. You will praise me. People have done that. Yes. Any other questions, guys? Anyone?
Yeah, I wanted to ask.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Kelvin.
There is any
Yeah.
issue if someone is come from any mechanical background?
No issue at all. See, I think I did not tell you, right? I am also coming from mechanical background. Okay, I come from mechanical background, and after that I switched to the IT, and currently I'm teaching you also. I'm working in different platforms, so don't worry about that. If you guys fix it that I wanted to become a GCP and data engineer or a Azure data engineer, this is a course for you guys. I'll make you a data engineer. No worries at all. Okay, a good course for a non-IT background people also. Yes, please.
Yeah, I wanted to ask for a cloud data engineer, which type of company is better?
Plenty of
Service-based
the
or
service.
product?
Most of the companies are service-based companies.
Okay.
Yes.
Better than product.
Correct.
Sir, we will be covering ETL development in depth.
Yes. That is a very important, right? ETL, end-to-end pipelines. When I say that, those are ETL only. How many end-to-end pipelines I told you, right? All of those things are ETL only, right? This one, wherever you see, these are all ETLs only, right? Yes.
But actually, one thing like we will switch our career in one thing like Azure or GCP.
It is your
So
choice. I'm giving you. I
so we
want
have
you
to
guys.
learn like
Yes.
confidently only one skill, right? Like why on the two?
No. Nowadays, multiple companies are asking you, do you know Azure and GCP? Do you know Azure and AWS? They are asking you like that. No, the trend is changed. Maybe if you go 1 year back, that was like they'll ask you one cloud only. Now, no, they are asking, do you know Azure and AWS? So such kind of that trend is getting changed. Everything multi-cloud platforms, people are using it nowadays. See, I every day work on GCP plus Azure every day. Okay. Yes.
Do we need the certification as well?
It
Azure or GCP?
depends. Not mandatory. If you guys wanted to do it, you can do it. It's not mandatory.
Okay.
Yes. Any other questions, guys?
Yes. Regarding the interview questions, like if someone having 6 years experience and how could be, means how could face like interview like
Those things we will be covering. Yes. No worries. We will be covering such kind of things in the session. Okay. So we will be covering how do you have to do all of those things. Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
then thank you. I think,
Okay. Any other questions, guys?
हेलो सर.
Yes, please.
सर ये इसमें प्रैक्टिकल सेशंस अलग होंगे या इंक्लूड रहेंगे?
Everything is included. Everything is included. We are going to cover everything in this thing. Okay. We are going to sit together in the live session. We will be covering practically most of the things are practical only, less theoretical. Okay. Yeah. In a data engineering, most of the things will be practical only.
So is it just like online training, or like we can walk into your institute directly? So
Now we are making it as an online only, guys. I'm available online only currently.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Like job assistant will also be provided.
Assistants, no, guys. I mean, interview. You will be having an interview assistants, but not the job assistants. Yeah. Yes. Any other questions, guys? Okay, no worries. If you guys have any personal questions also, you can contact our team and you have the numbers also. Please save the numbers 1 minute, guys. Please, all of you save the numbers from the chat box. And if you guys wanted to talk with me personally also, you can ping that numbers, and so that the team will help you to contact me so that we can talk on a conference call also. Okay. Yeah, please fill the form and please take the numbers also. We can always talk if you have any questions also. Okay. Yep. Tell me, guys, any other questions, anyone?
Actually, we are in migration project right now. Only have moved to this data engineering.
Okay.
From SQL to Databricks.
Okay.
Now only we have joined in this project. So how can it be helpful for us to do
For
this thing?
sure, right? So if you wanted to comfortably work in the Databricks, I'm going to teach everything, right? For sure, you are going to be aram say you can able to work in the Databricks. Once I teach it, I'll tell you what is Unity Catalog, what are these features, what is that autoloader, and you will only you will explaining your client saying that we can also use this feature. Such kind of a knowledge you are going to get it by the end of the session. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can even suggest it the client also. This one also we can use such kind of things. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. I think it's been a while. I think for the fee and everything, you can connect our team. They'll help you to do that. No worries at all. My team will personally contact you. And if you have any questions also, you can contact the team. We can also have a conference call also. Please reach out to the team for any questions. Okay. They're always available. Yep. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you all. I hope you guys have enjoyed the session thoroughly. And if you guys have any questions, please contact our team. and you can also contact me. We can talk together, right?
Yeah, thanks. Nice for explanation. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your session. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please refer your friends as well. Thank you, guys. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all.